Hey, Olamide, appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you, thank you.
We'll get started here with EJ Smith and then Chris Franklin.
All right, sounds good.
Hey, Olamide. First off, welcome back to Philadelphia. I guess how did free agency, that process go for you, and what made you decide to sign with the Eagles?
Yeah, so it's just being patient, just hearing back from my agent, and then you see an opportunity like this. I just told my agent, let's be aggressive here, let's jump on this, and that's what they did, and that was that. That's really what that was.
Go ahead, Chris, and then John McMullen.
Hey, Olamide, welcome to Philly, man. First question, I guess the question I have is each year, each season, you've improved your numbers and basically, especially in the slot as well, too. What do you attribute that to, and how do you think you fit into this offense?
I attribute that to just work ethic, man, and just learning from each year and each off season, just being critical of what I did last year and just finding ways to become better, and just having a team that believes in me and invests in me to help me do that. There's a lot of people that behind the scenes that do a lot of work to help me be in this position right now, and part of my game is just being reliable and doing whatever the team needs me to do. Blocking in the slot, catching passes, So that's how I feel like I fit in the offense. Whatever the team needs me to do, I'll do. I feel like I'm very confident in what I can do, what I bring to the table. So, yeah, we'll see how that looks.
Go ahead, John, and then Ed Kracz.
Hey, Olamide, welcome back.
Thank
I'm a
you.
couple pounds. You're a Magnolia guy. I'm a Strapper guy, so a
Really?
couple pounds over. Yeah.
Hey, right there.
Having Marcus Mariota here, how does that help you? And just to obviously have the season you had, career season for you, and having him here just from a stability standpoint, he has some of the same skill set of Jalen Hurts. Obviously, Jalen played at such a high level, but RPOs, zone reads, things like that.
Yeah, like me and Marcus we put in a lot of time together this past year in OTAs in the off season, training camp during the year. So just that line of communication, even with Jalen and Marcus, it just makes that communication a lot easier. Just hearing what their perspective is, how they want certain routes run, and stuff like that. So having Marcus here is a big blessing in order to just make that connection a lot easier.
Go ahead, Ed, and then Dave Zangaro.
Yeah, hi, Olamide. Welcome back to Philly, I guess. You played at the Prep, right? And I guess with DeAndre Swift, there was some overlap there. How well do you know Swift, and what does it mean to kind of be reunited with him on this team?
Yeah, that's my guy, man. We grew up together, played in high school ball together, won 2 state championships together. Just kept in touch throughout the years, and I said before, like this is everything's happening for a reason, and he's exactly where he should be right now. And I feel the same way, and it's just a beautiful opportunity that I kind of talk to him like just embrace it. Like things happen, the nature of the business and whatever, but this is happening for a reason, and I'm glad to be back playing with him and just working with him each day.
If I could follow up, how quickly did you two kind of text one another or call one another after you realized you were going to be teammates? Was it pretty quickly after he was traded here?
I just know how that can be for someone, so I gave it a little time, probably a day or two before I reached out. But, we definitely chatted it up for sure, soon after the news broke. So I would say pretty quickly.
Go ahead, Dave, and then Zach Berman.
Hi, Olamide. Nice to meet you, man. What have your interactions been like so far with Jalen Hurts, and how excited are you to get a chance to play with him?
Yeah, interactions. His demeanor in the building is it's like stoic. I guess that's the word to use. He has a calmness about him, and it's comforting in a way. Because I guess I'm kind of the same way in a sense, just go to work, and I'm working for one thing to win. So, obviously, like throughout the off season, OTAs, training camp, and we'll build that chemistry on the field. But just seeing him throughout the building, how he works, he's had the success he's had for a reason, for sure. You can see it.
Go ahead, Zach, and then Jimmy Kempski.
Hey, nice to meet you virtually here.
Yes, sir.
If you think back to your time at the prep, what was your, best memory other than obviously winning the state titles? And how much of a role did kind of the Eagles have in the fabric of the program? Were you around the Eagles facility at all? Did you get to know anyone on the Eagles back then?
So I would say winning is like it's the greatest memory, I would say. But other than that, just like the camaraderie, the brotherhood, not only just on the football team, but that whole community. It's pretty close. But we would come here like in the state championships and practice in a bubble sometimes, but we never really met a lot of players like that. So, but we would be around, but we didn't really interact with the team that much.
Go ahead, Jimmy, and then Ed.
Hey, Olamide. Looking back like 4 years ago or whatever, when you were coming out of college, some of the scouting reports said that your hands weren't where they needed to be, but then you've sort of, this last year, for example, you were credited for no drops whatsoever. So I'm curious what you did to go about, fixing that, or would you just disagree with those initial scouting reports?
I would disagree. Like I was able to catch. Like I've always been able to catch, but there was like a little inconsistencies there coming out of college, and really it's just working at it. Like that's just how I got better at it, and just trying to. I think one thing that's been said here is just raising that floor, and I think as far as just being able to catch the ball consistently, like every time, I've raised my floor to a very high level. So it just came with time and work, and just having that confidence in myself that I can do whatever I put my mind to, whatever I work at.
Thanks.
Go ahead, Ed.
Yeah, Olamide, I just wanted to ask you, you were undrafted, right? And now, the process, undrafted free agents coming in. What kind of advice would you give to some of these undrafted free agents looking to make a roster?
I think one thing I said is just be a sponge. You got to be able to learn quickly. And another thing is making the most out of your opportunities. Like, especially as an undrafted guy, you're going to get very few opportunities. But whenever you get that chance, you have to make the most of it. And it's not end all be all, but like it does matter. I've definitely seen that throughout the years. And another thing too is just being consistent and finding a way to pop out on film, whatever that may be. Either making crazy plays or just making routine plays, or whether it's your effort on film. Like you have to do something to make the teams feel like, oh, we have to keep this guy. We have to. So that's just one thing that I focused on, and I was just relentless with it coming out of college, and it worked out for me.
We'll take this last question here from John.
Hey, Olamide, just curious how much you watch other receivers around the league, AJ Devontae here specifically, but any other slot receivers you kind of try to keep an eye on?
I watch a lot of people. I watch Devontae, Keenan. I watch Cooper Kupp a lot, even AB in the past, Steve Smith in the past. Each offseason, especially last offseason, I really started to dive into that a lot more, and just like seeing not necessarily what I could take away from those people, but just how they're doing it. And it just helped me mentally, just seeing like the different ways that you can be successful in the league. Everybody doesn't have the same skill set or is the same height or is as fast as each other, but that just helped me just be confident in what I can do. What I can do is good enough. So that's I study a lot of people to answer your question, but not necessarily taking pieces of their game like to the T of what they do. So
Thanks, Olamide.
thank you.
All right, thanks for taking the time, Olamide.
Thank you. Appreciate you.